Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove one advantage from their credit report. And in many cases, this is without paying their debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or you believe that one advantage or actually any of the accounts in your credit report are the result of identity theft, or if they have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. But if no issues like that exist and you really just want the account removed from your credit report, we can certainly help with that too. So just give us a call today. Our number is in the description below for you. So with that, I want to go through the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one that I have here is really, really important. And that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with one advantage? Now, I put this one at the top of the list because, we get a lot of callers that are truthfully terrified that this could happen, And I think it makes sense because few people are actually taught how credit and debt work in school. Myself included, I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. Now, fortunately, the answer is, unless the debt is specifically related to unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So who is One Advantage and why are they on your credit report? So they're referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount. So an example of this would be, let's just say that you have an unpaid card with Capital One and it's $1,000 for whatever reason. One Advantage could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is actually the primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, and this is very important, a lot of people don't know this, is that even if you pay a debt on your credit report, that does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. So a lot of time paying it actually isn't in your best interest and it could just be a waste of money. In rare cases, I've seen where paying the debt can even hurt your score further. So that's something to keep in mind. But in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They may call a lot, even calling your family members and colleagues. But if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case that you want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. So moving on, the question that we have here is, should you negotiate a settlement with One Advantage? Well, I look at it this way. Settling your debt with One Advantage depends on your goal. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Now, why is that? Well, it's because of what I mentioned before. Even if you pay that collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Okay? Now, instead, we always recommend that you work with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed, which is a win-win, right? You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. How do you remove One Advantage from your credit report? So the follow-up question to that. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. I will say that the knowledge required to do that is a bit more involved than it might seem. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but be prepared that you may spend weeks, maybe even months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you want to hire a professional to handle it for you and ensure that it's done properly the first time and save the extra time, well, we're happy to take care of it. We've dealt with OneAdvantage accounts many times. They regularly have issues, and we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'll take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get OneAdvantage to stop calling you? So as I mentioned before, OneAdvantage will be calling you. It's their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which ultimately means the only reason that they're going to stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Question here is, will OneAdvantage try suing or garnishing my wages? Another, question we get asked all the time. And I'll say OneAdvantage suing is unlikely. It can happen, it does happen, but honestly, in our experience, it's rare. And the reason is that there's just a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is, again, another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with OneAdvantage? This is good. So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that OneAdvantage has purchased. OneAdvantage is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. These acts can seem very complicated, but really they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, it's not a problem. You can call us today. We can discuss your options with you and see how we can help you out. Our number is in the description area below. And with that, thank you so much for watching.